John, briefly, what are you doing today?
We're going to make stuffed bell peppers and just some boiled carrots on the side. Just cooked carrots with salt, pepper, and butter.
What goes in the bell pepper?
We got some local grown ground beef, rice that I've already cooked, a little salt, a little pepper, can of diced tomatoes, garlic.
All right, thanks.
All right, we've cut the tops off of the bell peppers. And now we're going to core them, get the seeds out, and get the membranes out. Okay. We're going to cover these with water. And what we'll do, we'll pre-cook them for bring it to a boil and cook them about 5 minutes to let them soften. Then we'll drain them and cool them before we stuff them.
So, just like a medium heat?
High heat.
High heat?
Get it to a boil.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to get our onions prepped. We need 1 medium onion. Put in the mixture, ground beef, a couple of cloves of garlic, Okay, we've got our peppers blanched to soften them a little bit. They've been blanching for like 5 minutes in boiling water, so now we're going to set them out, let them cool. Then we'll come back, we'll get the stuffing done by browning the ground beef, adding the onions, the spices to it, and the rice. And then we'll get them stuffed and get them in the oven. Okay, in here we've got some baby carrots. Got a little salted water in there. I just added add about a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna cook those till they're tender. I'll drain them and then add extra butter to it. And so now we're fixing to get started on our ground beef. Got about a tablespoon of olive oil in here in my skillet. Going to let that come up to temperature. Meanwhile, I'm going to open my local grown ground beef. Y'all heard me talk about this in another video that it's really a different flavor when you have local grown grass-fed beef.
Definitely get it if you can.
Yeah, if y'all have an opportunity to get local grown beef, if you have to pay a little more for it, it's really worth it. Okay, we're fixing to start putting the ground beef in. My hands washed. All right, our meat's browned mostly. I'm gonna add the onions. It's like one medium onion diced up. We'll let this cook for a little bit till that softens, then we'll add the garlic to it.
Smells really good.
I'm telling you, that local beef, it smells totally different than store-bought that you get at a grocery store. It's just totally different. Really good stuff. Okay, our onions have softened. We're fixing to add 2 cloves of minced garlic. We're going to cook that for about a minute, and then we'll start adding the seasoning to it and the other ingredients. We're going to just stir this around. And as you can see, this beef doesn't have much liquid or grease in it at all, unlike store-bought.
What goes in next?
We're going to add our spices to it. We've got half a teaspoon of basil and a half a teaspoon of oregano. It's going in. Teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, okay, we're going to put a couple of shakes of Worcestershire in, probably about a tablespoon. And we're going to go in. We've got a can of petite diced tomatoes that I've drained. I did reserve the liquid just in case I need a little bit of liquid. And probably about a tablespoon of ketchup.
What is the ketchup? The tanginess that you need?
It gives a little sweetness to it.
Okay.
When this cooks for about 2 or 3, 4 minutes, heats up thoroughly, we're going to add a cup of cooked rice and a half a cup. We've got a cup of cheese. This is Monterey Jack and cheddar. We're going to add half of the cheese in with this, and then we'll top the stuffed peppers with the other half. Okay, we're going to put in about a tablespoon of tomato paste. And let that cook in for a little bit. Okay, I'm adding a cup of cooked rice that's been cooled. Gonna stir that in. Turn the heat off right now. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more rice to it. So I've added a cup of cooked rice, and I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons more. Now we're going to add half a cup of cheese to it. All right, about a half a cup. Stir this in. And this cheese is cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack. I think I could just sit down with a fork and a plate right now.
Exactly.
I've got my oven preheated to 425 degrees. I've already got a baking dish that I've sprayed already with nonstick spray.
So what's next?
Next we'll be stuffing the peppers and putting them in the oven. All right, now we're fixing to stuff our peppers, which we have already parboiled for 5 minutes. They're cool now. So we're gonna get these stuffed. And on some of these peppers, I had to trim just a little bit off the bottom where they would sit up right.
You could do this with other like different colors.
Yeah.
Bell peppers.
Actually,
red peppers.
Yellow peppers, red peppers would probably be better. They're a little sweeter, a little bit easier, I think, on the digestive system. But we've got green peppers, and they work fine. This is just kind of a basic. I mean, everybody knows about stuffed peppers, and 99% of the time, they're green peppers. And, but anyhow, this is what we've got, and this is what we're using. This is pretty much the classic stuffed peppers. Just a basic, kind of simple stuffing.
I grew up eating this, and I love them. But also, can you use the same stuffing for a cabbage roll?
I would say you could. I mean,
We'll have to do that one too.
I've never done stuffed cabbage rolls, but I've eaten them. I love stuffed cabbage rolls. And I can't see why this stuffing wouldn't be great, because I tasted this, my wife tasted this a while ago, and this mixture right here, you could just throw it on a plate and grab a fork and have at it. It's really good.
How long will these bake?
Oven's on 425. They'll bake probably between 20 and 30 minutes.
So it says 455, but our oven is
Runs a little low.
yeah.
So now I put a little extra cheese on top. right.
That'll work.
So these are fixing to go in the oven on 425 degrees for about 25-30 minutes. Let's set our timer for 25 and we'll come back and check on them. All right, our peppers have been in the oven 25 minutes. And I'm gonna call them done. The cheese on top is nice and brown. You look at the peppers, they're nice and tender, so we're gonna let these sit for probably about 10 minutes before we eat them. Meanwhile, while these are resting, I'm gonna finish the carrots. Okay, we've let these cool down, so now we're gonna cut into them. See what it looks like. Tell you what it tastes like. I said we let it cool down, boy, that's pretty smoking. Stuffed pepper's really good. Carrots cooked in butter, really good. We've got some of these cheap, inexpensive, my favorite brown and serve rolls to go with it. So if y'all enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe and give this recipe a try. I think you'll like it.